So with round 8, we have had some feedback that this is quite a tricky round. So hopefully we can allay any fears or anything. So on round 8, what we're going to do, and you'll see in the picture, on the picture in your pattern, we're basically making the stems. All right, the stems for the leaves. Now you've done stems already because you've done them here. And they're similar, but they're sort of like the big brother of these because we've actually just got some stems going off. We've got 3 coming up out of one place rather than just 1. But the principle is absolutely the same. So I would talk you through how to make one of these, and that should see you right to do all of them. But please don't worry, if you've got this far, you've already done stems here, and it's really very similar. So let's have a look at them. Okay, so I'm going to be using olive for my stems. Obviously you can use whatever you like. Mine are going to be olive, and I think the beginning of the stems will be very familiar because, as I said, we've already done them here. If you've already made leaf trellis, you've made them there. So take heart that they're completely achievable if you've got this far. So I'm going to put my hook, I'm just folding one of the blue petals forward, and my hook is going to go into the chain space that we made on the last round. So that little chain space from the rose round. And again, just as normal, we will pull through the yarn and pull through once more just to secure that in place. That's not going to count as our stitch. That's just securing our yarn. So I'm going straight back in to that chain space and making 1 double crochet. And that is going to be the stitch at the base of our stem. So the same so far as in leaf trellis and as in the stems that we've made on this block. So we're going to make a chain again, but this time it's going to be a longer chain. We're going to do 11 chain this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And this first part again should be not a surprise to you because it's exactly how you've worked the stems within those petals. We're going to work back along the chain. So again, miss the first chain that's closest to the hook, come into the next chain and make your double crochet. And we are working with UK terminology. I keep popping that little reminder in case you're picking and choosing these videos. We're going to work along the chain and make 8 double crochet. So just make sure you don't miss any chain and you're working into the next one along, because you really do need all of those chains to make this work. Okay, so just work along until you've made 8 double crochet. Okay, so that was number 6. I'm now on number 7. And so far, so familiar, I hope. And now number 8. And now what you're going to notice is that if I've made 8 double crochet into that chain, I've still got chains left. And that's exactly as it should be. Now, you know that we're not doing a single stem, we're doing a triple stem. So in order to make our next branch, if you like, of the stem, we're going to need to make another chain. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to make 8 chain. So we've finished that 8th double crochet, and I'm just going to go ahead and make 8 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So if you look, we've now got an uneven kind of Y shape. We've got the first part of the stem that has been completed because we've put our double crochets in, and now we've got a second part of the stem which isn't completed because it is just a chain. And if I just kind of turn it that way, you can probably guess what's going to happen here. So I'm now going to work back down this chain, and we're going to put a double crochet. We're going to make 7 double crochet here. Okay, so again, as normal, we'll miss the first chain that's closest to the hook, and we'll make 1 double crochet in every other chain. Sorry, in every chain other than that one, so 7 in total. Okay, so again, just be careful to get every chain, don't miss any. All right, so that's number 6, And number 7 puts that double crochet in the last available chain. So if I take my hook out now, these are really curly, and you will know not to worry about that. They look nothing like the picture, and the reason they look nothing like the picture is I took that picture and they were all pinned. They were all pinned on a board, and that's the only way we could make them look straight. So yours are going to curl like this. Don't worry about it. It's exactly as they should look. But you can kind of roughly see that we've got one stem coming out to the right here. We've got one stem going up straight ahead, and we're going to need another one here. So what we're now going to do is the same again, which is to make another chain. And this time we're going to make 9 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And if I stop there, and again, I'm just a bit sort of creative with your imagination, you can kind of see where we're going, can't you? You can see we've got one to the right, one straight ahead, and we're now going to do this one here to the left. So we've made 8 chain. Sorry, we've made 9 chain here. Beg your pardon. I'll just double check I've made 9 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yes. And we're going to work back along that chain just as before, and we'll make 8 double crochet. So miss the first one. And down you go, just as you have for the last 2 there. Okay, this is number 7. Sorry, it's a bit tricky to show you. And number 8. Okay, let's stop again and have another look. Look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? Right, so this is how it's going to look. Approximately. We've now got 3 very curly, very unruly stems, but we have absolutely got 3 stems. So now we're just going to tidy up this base, and you will sort of see what we're aiming for. So I've got to the end of that 3rd chain that I've made, or that 3rd long chain that I've made, and to secure that and neaten it all up, I'm now coming back to the unworked chains of the original, the very first one that we made. Remember that first 11 that we made? We didn't work all of them, we left some unworked. So we're now going back to those, and we are going to find the one where it's been worked, and we're going to just put 1 double crochet. There should be 2 left for you to work, 2 unworked chains left, and I'm going to put 1 double crochet into each of those. So every chain that's been made has now got a double crochet in it, and it's created a little hole here. Don't worry about that, that all gets closed up, it's absolutely fine. So we're now right back down effectively in the same way as when we made these chains. We're back down to the base here, just as we've done before. So from now on it should be familiar, because we're going to just anchor it with that 1 chain at the bottom. Okay, so let us have a look. I know it's not pretty, but please don't worry, because as soon as you get the next round on, that'll sort that right out. And you've got 1 stem coming out to the right, 1 in the middle, and 1 to the left. And every chain that you've made has got a double crochet worked into it. We've come down and we've picked up the last 2 chains that were unworked at the very beginning, and we've anchored the whole thing with a double crochet at the base. All right, so I can make one more, and we can have a look at that again, perhaps a little bit speedier than this, but that is what you're doing. So you've made it, you've done it before, it's just you're kind of branching off rather than going straight up and coming down. You're having a couple of detours. Okay, right, okay, so let's move to the next one. So we're going to move around by making 4 chain, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I'm going to fold this pink petal forward, and you can see what pops up there. is the chain space that we made with aqua, and I'm going to put 1 double crochet in there. Right, so that's kind of moved us halfway along to where we need to be. We'll do it again, 4 chain, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We'll turn again, and we're going to fold the blue petal forward and put 1 double crochet into the pink chain space. And now we are back to sort of the beginning of the repeat. So let's go through it again together. So 11 chain, we will turn and we'll come back down that chain and make 8 double crochet. So skip the first chain, make 8 double crochet. Okay, that's number 8. And we've left some of the chains unworked. We're now going to make another 8 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and we will work 1 double crochet down each of those chains, which means we'll end up with 7. Okay, miss the chain that's closest to the hook and down you go. Here's number 6 and number 7. Okay, we're not done yet. We've got a third to make, so now we're going to make 9 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and work back down that chain as well with 8 double crochet. Again, skip the one that's closest to the hook and down you go. Number 6. Number 7 and number 8. Okay, so we've now made our 3 stems. I'll turn them again. We've made our 3 stems, so we're going to come down to the very beginning and work 1 double crochet in the 2 chain that have been left to work, and it will bring everything down and keep it nice and securely in place. So 1 there, 1 in the very last chain available, and 1 double crochet in that chain space to anchor it. Let's have a look at these. So yes, they do look like sort of scary, gnarled, witchy claws, but they won't. They won't on the next round. But you can see what I mean. You've made them before, and all you're doing is having a couple of detours to make 3 in one go. So hopefully that has debunked the mystery that there's anything to be scared of with these. I will go around and finish the other 2, and we'll look at it when it's all completed and what it looks like from the back. Right, here we are then. I've made the stems for all sides, and you can see it looks nothing like the picture, does it? But as I said, this is because on the picture we pinned them out so you could see how they were meant to, you know, how they are formed, if you like, on each side. But you'll know, like I said, from experience of the stems that you've made for the petals earlier, these will all straighten out when they get their next round on them. So hopefully that has helped you work through round 8, and I think it's time we put some leaves onto this now.